Hi guys, welcome back. So in the first video we learned how to graph y equals sine of x. Now let's do something a little bit different. How do I find the amplitude? Let's start with that. Well, remember the amplitude is going to be the value that is in the front multiplying the function. In this case the absolute value of 3 is just 3. Now the period is just going to be 2 pi divided by, well, look at this, pi x over 2 is the same as 1 over 2. So this is the same as 1 over 2, or you can also say that this is 2 pi times 2 over 1, which is equals to 4 pi. So this is our period, and this is our amplitude. Now let's remember the domain of the sine function is all real numbers, and the range is going to be given by the amplitude. So it's going to go from -3 included to 3. Now that I know this, let's go ahead and graph it. Okay, let's start with the values of x. The first step is to go ahead and put the key values. So I'm going to start with 0. So I'm going to do 0, pi over 2, which I'm just doing this, 0, pi over 2, pi, and then here pi, and then here 3 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, and finally 2 pi. Now, the problem is here that we don't have x. We actually have x over 2. So the second step is to do the following. Just do x over 2 equals to 0. I multiply 2 on both sides and I get x equals to 0. So this is going to be my value. X over 2 equals 2 pi over 2. So I just multiply 2 on both sides and I get that x is equals to just pi. And then this is going to be pi. Again, x over 2 equals to pi. You're going to do it with every single one. So this is going to be 2 pi because look, I'm just going to multiply by 2 again. And again, x over 2 equals to 3 pi over 2, and we're almost done. And this is just going to be x equals to 3 pi because look, you multiply by 2 and the 2 cancels out. So this is going to be 3 pi. Finally, x over 2 equals to 2 pi, and I'm going to get that x is equals to 4 pi. Perfecto. Now, we're going to do, these are going to be our values of x. So basically, just grab the main values of the unit circle and just do x over 2 equals to those values. So you can go ahead and figure it out. What are going to be the x values? I eliminate all this so I don't get confused, and let's do the y values. The range is from -3 to 3, and that's given by the amplitude. So remember, when we were doing the y equals sine of x, we just said that x comma y, x is going to be the cosine and the y is going to be the sine. So look what's going to happen. When I look at the y value, I have 0, 1, 0, and -1. But my amplitude is 3, so you need to multiply every single y value just by 3. So 3 times 0 is going to be 0. 3 times 1 is just 3, 0, and then -3. And look how easy. So 0 is going to be just 0, and then I go 0, 3, 0, -3, 0, 3, and then 0, -3, and then of course you start again with 0. Perfecto. So let's go ahead and just graph it, and let me just go ahead and erase this piece right here, and we're done. Once you have your values and once you figure it out how to graph this function, it's just very easy. So I erase all this, and let's go ahead and graph this baby. Let's go back to our main screen and let's do it. So it's gonna be like this. Remember, the amplitude is 3 and then -3, that's the y value, and I go 0, then look, this is pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, and 4 pi. Awesome. Now 0, 0, then pi is 3, 2 pi is 0, 3 pi is -3, and 4 pi is 0. And this is the beauty of the sine function. It should be all the time the same. So I have it right here. As you can see here, this is the period, 4 pi. And my amplitude is 3 because look at this. It's basically all this. And that's it. Please don't forget to watch our other videos. Also remember, you can Skype with us. And also, thanks so much for learning.